Adrenaline. Downrange, your body's shut down. You're in combat. You're in sector, out in the red zone, right? You're not sitting in the green zone. You're breathing through your fourth point of contact. I'm here to tell you, and I'm not scared to admit it or ashamed to admit it in the least, there's more than probably 50% of the time that I've been downrange, I've been breathing through my fourth point of contact. Why? Because I don't particularly want to die. Okay, I don't know who my enemy is. I'm trying to figure this out as I go along. Make sure myself and my guys are taken care of appropriately and are going to make it back to the compound or whatever it is that we call home at the time. So that adrenaline rush is always there. You know, it brings you from sitting behind the wheel to out and putting fire down range, you know, like that. And again, just like the hypervigilance, it's ingrained in us, you know. So now think about this. What happens when we come home? How does this affect us? Even for people without PTSD, how does it affect you? Or PTS, whatever you want to call it. It drives you nuts. That's why you see a lot of our guys that come out and they buy what I call Zoom Splats, which is, you know, a crotch rocket or a foreign motorcycle that has, you know, 6 gears and does 220 miles an hour. And you see them flying down the freeways or whatever, just wide open. Why? They're feeding that adrenaline need. That's why. Because they're trying to commit suicide, because they want to hurt themselves or whatever the case may be potentially? No, they're just filling that need. You know, that adrenaline kept you alive downrange. That hypervigilance kept you alive downrange. You know, very few body systems function when you're down there because everything else shuts down for the most part. You know, it's like tunnel vision. You put the blinders on anything and everything else other than the things that are needed to keep you and your folks alive, period. So that's my input on adrenaline.